The Polish-Soviet War of 1919 all the way to 1921 was a war that not a lot of people talk about. Even though it just might be one of the most important wars in modern history, excluding the Second World War that shortly follows it. So, what makes this Gopnik fight between the plumbers of Europe and the vodka-loving bears so important? Well, if you truly want to see a much more detailed video going in depth on this topic, then go watch Future History's video on the topic. You owe me one, you fucking bastard. Well, I'll mostly cover the alternate scenario. Alright, let's begin!
Доброе утро, товарищ Троцкий. Доброе. Я не вижу, чтобы ты пришел с чаем. Лучше бы это были хорошие новости. Вот, возьмите, ваше благородство. Война с Польшей? И Ленин это подписал? Когда он научился писать? А почему ты здесь? У тебя проблемы с моей бородой? Поляки приедут в Киев, чтобы сыграть в кошарку. Ублюдок!
I made this skit so that you could understand in what position our poor Uncle Trotsky was in. So, as you can see, he's glistering with joyful anger. Trotsky wanted the war to happen a year or two later so that he could reorganize the army and mostly reorganize the chain of command. Mostly so that he could change Papa Stalin for another commander that would be far more obedient. Also, this is future Romesh. He also wanted to deal with the white forces in the far east of Russia, but I mean, they were dwindling by the day, so I mean, this really doesn't change anything. So, yeah. So, why is that he wanted to remove Stalin? Well, if you haven't watched any video about the war, then I have no other choice than to explain to you that Papa Stalin did a big oopsie. And I mean big one. He encircled the city, Lviv. I'm Slovak and I'm having problems saying this shit. So he encircled the city and waited for them to surrender. I guess he wanted to play catch or something. Rather than to go as planned and continue pushing the southern front that he was assigned to lead, or even help Warsaw push to end the war, he decided that the city was far more important. So the more that we talk about this, the more we see that we don't have to change much for the Soviets to win. I mean, seriously, some minor changes and boom, Poland is gone.
Kurwa.
What was that? So, what do we change? Well, whatever do you want to change? You want to change when the Polish start the push into Ukraine? Boom, Soviet victory. You want to change the tactics of the Battle of Warsaw? Boom, Soviet victory. You want to change who gets to drink vodka first? Boom, Soviet... What the hell is all that noise? My birthday's like half a year away, shithead. We're all fellow Slavs here, right? We can talk it out in a friendly game of football. Ah, pičko mater. So, the Soviets win the war, to the dislike of my Polish viewers. So, what happens next? Well, as one Soviet general once said, we moved to Berlin over the dead corpse of Poland. By the way, this isn't a Papa Stalin quote, it's from this guy that would later on die from the Stalinist purge. But before they move on to Germany, they'll have to finish off the Baltics. Okay, done. Now, a lot of you may expect that the Soviets will continue, will keep on going, and will just go on until the whole world becomes a communist utopia. But here's what will stop them. the death of Lenin in 1924. Lenin's death will give the Soviets a very needed rest, as the army was getting tired of war, also giving the Soviets enough time to gather information and build communist support in other nations. That rhymed! I should become the new singer of Sabaton. Huh, a new career choice. The Allies are shitting themselves. No, seriously, they're in such a panic that they are fully on a witch hunt for communist support in their nations. Mostly in the UK, France, and the US. Surprising, I know. The Allies are boring, let's go back to the Soviets for fuck's sakes. Now, who will lead the Soviets in the next upcoming years after Lenin's death? Papa Stalin or Uncle Trotsky? To be honest, both of these scenarios are great video ideas in their own, so I'll be saving them for the next two parts of this 3-part scenario. I'm not lazy, I swear, I just want to make 3 enjoyable videos. So for the remaining of this video, I'll just be adding extra mini scenarios that didn't make it to the main scenario, because of them being either too unrealistic, or just make the Soviet Union way too OP, which I'm notorious for doing. Fun scenario number 1, a mini Iron Curtain. The Hungarians were in a war with Romania, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. If they would have held on until 1920 or at most 1921, they would have called the Soviets for aid. If the Soviets are successful with conquering the alliance of Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Romanoslavia, then this would in turn create a mini Iron Curtain. Fun scenario number 2, the German Civil War. There would have been a German Civil War if the Soviets went all in and raced to take Berlin in 1921 and 1922, as there was a huge level of communist support in Bavaria. If they do succeed, this will create a huge ally for the Soviet Union. Why is Operation Barbarossa playing when the Soviets are the one invading Germany? Fun scenario number 3, Turkish SSR. If the Soviets feel cocky, they could have interrupted the Greco-Turkish War, potentially adding an extra SSR or two to the USSR. To quote Daddy Z when he was talking about the communist Turkey and Greece. Oh my god, this is the best thing to happen, it's really not weird whatsoever, it's really interesting. Fun scenario number 4, North and South Iran. This connects to the Turkish one, where the Soviets technically could get involved in the division of the Ottoman Empire and the Middle East. That's it, I can't add anything more to this one. Share the video, subscribe and leave a like. Next video will go in depth on the Stalin's focus tree, and on the video afterwards we'll go on to Trotsky's. See you in part 2 and 3. And now, hit that motherfucking music. Wait, when am I gonna upload the other 2 parts?